I would like to address the transportation situation on St. Martin. And the issue that I'm going to address is the trans-border route. The French authorities of the Collectivité of St. Martin, under the leadership of Vice President Guillaume Arnel, assisted by the Territorial Council, Louis Fleming, held discussions with the Dutch authorities, with myself, in the capacity of the Minister of Tourism, responsible for transportation, with Mr. Lucien Wilson, who is the head of the inspection department, the bus association of the French side, and the police officials of the French side. The discussions were held based on the need to regulate the transborder routes. Other persons that were present in this meeting were Mr. Raymond Duro, the dispatcher and controller. Mrs. Donatien Dormont is a controller of the Territorial Police. Mr. Raymond Lake, Mr. Albert Connor, he's the chef of the Territorial Police. The Gendarmerie, the vice president of the French Side Bus Association, and the head of the transportation, Mrs. Marie-Lynn Huge. The main agenda points were regulating the transborder routes, identification of the legal bus drivers that are allowed to service the Phillipsburg-Marigot route, and the control that will be done when these buses enter the terminal on the French side. The reason for the need to regulate and implement the transborder Marigot-Phillipsburg route resulted from the unbalance that was created by the large influx of buses from the Dutch side on the Marigot-Phillipsburg route, and the fact that many of these bus drivers are not allowed to work on the French side. It is specifically stated in the bus permit that the permit holder are not allowed to venture on the French side. Many of these buses that venture on the French side are in bad condition. As a result, therefore, bad service to the customers as well. Many Dutch side bus drivers do not follow the existing routes, but they create their own itinerary in and around Marigot, and then they do not turn in the bus terminal that other bus drivers make use of and are paying for the uses of this. And many Dutch drivers also, they stop at the marina and create their own bus stops. The reckless behavior of these bus drivers that stop sporadically on the traffic and pick up people on the French side is as a result that we came together in order to regulate this service. Based on what I've summarized, the behavior that these bus drivers are engaging themselves in, we decided to better regulate the bus service between the French and the Dutch side, and the regulation that and recommendations that we came up with, that the bus drivers association from both the French and the bus side will appoint Dutch bus drivers who are in the possession of a valid Dutch permit, a Dutch nationality, in order for them to engage on the bus service on the French side. The French side also have enlisted a name of 20 French bus drivers that can come over to the Dutch side and vice versa. One of the problems that we have discussed was that the bus drivers from the French side, they have large buses, the coaches, and they are larger in numbers than those on the French side. Therefore, the need to regulate this came about to break the imbalance that exists at the present moment.
Life is a journey full of connections. You're in safe hands even when life starts too soon. You don't have to miss a single beat. When a bad hair day makes you sad, just sharing can bring you joy and more to come. They take the plunge, turn fear into faith, while you capture those beautiful moments. In the game of life, it's family that counts. They'll be there even when you lose. We all have our moments of reflection and hope. And when you feel you're losing everything in life, we're there because there's more to come. When life starts too soon, you don't have to miss a single beat. We're here to connect you and share life. Telcel, when you want more.
Need a loan that's quick and easy. Island Finance. Up to 50,000 guineas real easy. Island Finance. For education, a renovation, that's no problem. Yes, it's true. That's not all. They're quick and friendly too. Island Finance. Appliances, vacations, even fix your car. You can depend on Island Finance.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
Good evening to all. On behalf of the St. Martin Vocational Training School graduating class of 2016, we would like to welcome our Honorable Minister, Ms. Severa Jacobs, and others, our government officials that are present this evening, our internal director, Mrs. Rita Moore, our Assistant Director, Ms. Norma Barry, teaching staff, family, and friends. We are happy that you are here to celebrate this wonderful moment of great achievement in our lives as students. We have worked hard in accomplishing this era in our lives, but understanding is not that it doesn't stop here. For there are greater things in store for us as we trust in God to lead and guide us throughout life. And once again, welcome.
Our theme, energy and persistence conquer all things. And I look at you and I say, you've had lots of energy. But in my opinion, I want to explain to you what we mean in this type of energy. In this type of energy, there's various interpretations, and we mean positive energy. Positive energy that you give out for your future endeavors, and the persistence in which you continue throughout the year to make it at this point here today. I believe that life is a journey, and it really doesn't matter where you begin, but it matters how you take on the challenges of this journey and where you end up. In fact, I believe it's how you cope with all of these challenges that helps each and every one of us shape ourselves as individuals. And many of us know that we've faced many different challenges while with your journey and our journey at SMVTS, St. Martin Vocational Training School. But you've made sacrifices, and you were persistent, and many of you showed lots of discipline while you sit here today on your graduating day, class of 2016.
Your teachers have worked day in and day out with you. You've had work experience out there in the field. Hopefully they were good experiences. Some of you, when I visited your schools on the various occasions, showed your passion in some area or another. And I'm hoping that you have taken the energy and the persistence that has taken to get you here to propel you forward to greater and higher levels of education, not just education, but work ethic, behavior, standards, morals, and everything that we need here on St. Martin for us to have a prosperous country. As Mrs. Davis just said, we need each and every one of you. Each and every one of you has a role to play in this society. It is up to you whether it's a good role or a bad role. Many of you have gone through years of discouragement, years of hearing negative things. And just this morning, at the motivational day that was planned for 5th graders going into their exam year, I was reminded of that slogan that they had. Many can throw or light a fire in you, but at a certain moment, you have to be able to keep that fire lit. And when you feel that that fire in you is going down, you can go to a friend, to a parent, a guardian, a godfather, a grandmother, someone within your family, your circle of loved ones, to get the encouragement to lift that fire back up. What is it you want? I'm sure you have a goal. I'm sure you have a dream. Don't ever let that dream die.
Graduates, today represents the start of your journey, where you are well poised and well empowered to contribute to the labor market. Be it in the areas of hospitality or education, I'm confident that what you have learned at the University of St. Martin will enable you to impart your knowledge and expertise in your respective areas of employment. Policy debates in all corners of the Caribbean are currently framed and focused on curbing the trend of brain drain and creating and sustaining knowledge-based economies. The fact that you are here today as a graduate of USM represents your level of patriotism and nationalism. And for that, I commend and congratulate you all. For those of you from neighboring islands in the region and our international students from further afield, I know that being at USM required significant adjustments. However, I wish to applaud you for opening your minds and hearts to embrace a new culture and a new experience. What you have contributed to is the much-needed revolution in our education systems, where students are encouraged to appreciate diversity and multiculturalism. Graduates, you are in an advantageous position to be agents of change with the level of cultural intelligence you have attained. You now have the ability to maneuver not only the national context, but also the regional and global context, which to me is paramount to any other goal or ambition. As agents of change, it is now your responsibility to critically question the status quo and engage in helpful and productive discourses that force leaders and citizens to see the damage that is done when paradoxes and contradictions are reinforced.
Thank you, Ms. Jenny Phillip. So at this time, I'd like to please welcome the class of 2016 on the stage to render a song.
No matter what, I'll continue to run for the rest of my life till the work is done.
I'm going to have strong faith, 'cause I have strong faith. I'm going to have a strong faith. I have strong faith. I'm going to have strong faith, 'cause I have strong faith. I'm going to have strong faith.
Good chance,
Strong finish, strong finish, strong finish.
everybody lift it up, say,
Strong finish, strong finish.
I have
Strong faith.
good chance, say,
Strong finish, strong finish, strong finish.
everybody lift it up, say,
Strong finish, strong finish.
I have.
Oh my, what an inventory list, and so unnecessary. But wait, your home contents are all insured by Be Sure. That means that you determine the amount you want to insure. No inventory list, no hassle.
Are you be sure? Be sure.
Bob, I can understand why you're parking so carefully. Of course, when you can get 80% discount on your Be Sure car insurance. But that's overdoing it, Bob.
Are you be sure? Be sure.
Yeah!
Here we go. This is freedom, this is life. Happiness is all I'm seeking. Carpe diem, I'm seizing every day, not just the weekend. Here's to all the good times that have come to last. Here's to living in the now.
When you can afford what you crave, life just gets so good.
Alive and I'm feeling good, so good, so good, so good. Hey, I'm gonna live my life feeling good, so good, real good, so
KFC, so good for everyone.
These are the doors that never close. These are the hands that make a difference. These are the walls that could tell countless stories of helping and healing, of storms weathered, of change and growth, of a place where life begins, where hearts are mended, and where hope grows stronger. For more than a quarter of a century, the physicians medical professionals and staff of St. Martin Medical Center have combined advanced medical technology and compassionate care to bring a world of medicine to our friends, neighbors, and visitors to the island of St. Martin we all call home. As proud as we are of what we have accomplished, we believe there is still much work to do to continue a proud tradition of providing everyone in our community with the latest technology, the best medicine, and the most exceptional care. St. Martin Medical Center, celebrating 25 years of serving, caring, healing.
It is time for a strong and stable St. Martin where people see opportunities and common grounds to share ideas and programs for the benefit of our community. Our plan provides the tools to create such an environment. Your trust, your faith, your vote will make the difference. We agree with many that the unsteady state of our island is unacceptable and unbearable. We cannot create a state of well-being after 6 years into this new status if insecurity and stress among our people has increased just as the percentage of people living in poverty has increased. Can we accept youth unemployment rate of around 30%? Can we accept that the anxiety caused by unsavory, uncontrolled, and criminal activities in Front Street, Back Street, in all our streets? Can we allow cutting the purchasing power of the working class even more? Our elderly, who are dependent on only their AOV pension, being taxed on their pensions? No, we can't. We know it's not fair, and something needs to change, and it has to change soon. The program that we are working on is based on social inclusion and new economic value. A program based on fairness and competition, a program that has the capacity to create value for everyone in this community, from people living in the so-called poverty corridors to the middle class and the more affluent among us. A program that recognizes the real texture of this island and stimulates the pivotal role of our tourism industry, our main industry. The future of St. Martin starts now by creating local opportunities and multiple cash flows that flows back into the local system, the economic system. In the end, our goal is to create full employment for the next decades and beyond. That is exactly why our vision spans a long-term period without neglecting short-term necessities and solutions. We need an economy that lives up to the expectations and aspirations of youngsters, the family, and our elder. An economy based on transparent social and economic rules issued by a government that acts as an entrepreneurial partner and listens to the voice of its community.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
initiative that was made by members of the Democratic Party faction in the last parliamentary sitting, along with former MP Illage, and that was an initiative energy draft. And that initiative sought to amend what is called the Energy Concession Ordinance. That was drafted to deal with matters like as what they call net metering, and also an attempt was made at the time to look at the matter of alternative energy by individuals and businesses, and how that can be synchronized with the utility company in terms of buyback, sellback, depending on how you look at it. On that particular initiative, we received back then an advice of the Council of Advice. A lot of that advice from the Council of Advice had to do with the synchronization of that draft legislation with government's policies and intentions at the time. So I am still looking at this, taking into account the comments by the Council of Advice, and I have not yet decided whether I will pursue this initiative draft or I will draft a new draft with respect to the energy situation on St. Martin. So I'm still looking very closely at that, and I might continue with this draft, or this initiative rather, or I might sort of overhaul it completely. And I will be discussing, now that you have actually one of the initiators as chairperson of the board of GB, former MP Roy Marlin, I can have the discussion with him, because as you know, the Energy Concession Ordinance regards especially the one providing electricity, which in our case is GB. So I'm going to have those discussions, at least that discussion, and then decide where I go with the draft initiative on energy.